Welcome back to Bound News Network. We are working on our special weather report, our bout to the weather report, and we're taking a closer look at storms and severe weather across the country, mostly the eastern side of the continent, the United States. You can see that there's a severe precipitation in the region of eastern central Texas going into the area of Missouri up to Illinois. We're seeing some really heavy thunderstorm activity just along the region of St. Louis into Springfield, along with Peoria and Bloomington, all the way up to Chicago. And we can see some special marine advisories along the lake there. So it's pretty heavy as far as squall or supercell thunderstorms extending all the way down from St. Louis all the way up to the region of Chicago. We're also taking a closer look at the weather in the South Florida region, especially trying to pray for clear skies to increase the likelihood that survivors may be found from the building that collapsed in Surfside, Florida. Our hearts and prayers are with those families and those residents that are affected. But we do see some severe activity on the southwest side. Another special advisory in the region of Golden Gate along up to Cape Coral into Port Charlotte, and we do see those storms eventually moving their way off into the Gulf. But we do see some pretty heavy thunderstorm activity along the southeast, southwestern corner of South Florida, and we are monitoring. Most notably, we're monitoring the region from St. Louis into Chicago. So as we take a look at our precipitation model, we can clearly see that this activity is centered along the border of Arkansas, Oklahoma, as well as Missouri. We do see some telltale signs of severe weather in the region along Illinois, the border of Illinois and Minnesota. So we are taking a look at as far as what's actually happening in that area, also extending all the way over into Iowa. So as we look at our precipitation model also, it goes without saying that we are concerned about the severe weather that's actually brewing in the region along the border of Oklahoma as well as Kansas. We take a closer look at our model here for Storm Prediction Center. We can actually see clearly that there's anticipation for severe weather southeast, central, eastern of New Mexico into the panhandle of Texas. So we're looking at Lubbock. Also, we're looking, as we mentioned and we saw on our Doppler radar, severe weather for the region of Chicago, Illinois, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Grand Rapids, Michigan, as well as Joliet in Illinois. And we do see that for marginal risk also, Detroit, Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Kansas City, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, as well as St. Louis, Missouri. With respect to the dew points, it's important to note that as we anticipate severe thunderstorm activity all the way from central Arkansas into Missouri into Illinois, we can clearly see those dew points that are hovering in the mid 70s to the low 70s, area. And we do anticipate that we can see along that borderline in central Missouri all the way up to the Lake Erie. We see some telltale signs of boundary layer activity as far as scattered thunderstorms actually being formed along that boundary layer, and we can clearly see that distinction all the way to the central Oklahoma into central Texas. So that's where we're actually anticipating additional thunderstorm activity for going into this evening as well as Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. With respect to temperatures are concerned, there is a severe heat advisory for regions for the Pacific Northwest, we can see that temperatures are in extreme levels as far as 109 in Portland, 103 in southwest Portland area, southwest Oregon area. We also see 102 in the region of Washington and throughout the central of California. Just very, very high, dangerous temperatures. So, and as we already know, California has a significant elderly population. So, of course, it goes without saying that we are concerned about the heat advisory and heat stroke risk for elderly, mostly elderly residents who may not be aware exactly of the level of heat that will be impacting the region today and tomorrow. But this heat in the northeast is not to be taken lightly. It's going to be a severe risk factor. Of course, we do see that heavy heat zone in the region of southwest Arizona 106, and also southern New Mexico 94, and also take a look at Yuma, Arizona 109, and not very far from there, just to the east of San Diego 111. So all throughout the region on southwest area, all the way down to the border with Mexico, all the way up to state of Washington, we're anticipating some very, very severe heat dome, severe temperatures in that region, and also the temperatures on average in the southeast are in the low 90s to mid 90s, so they're not to be taken lightly either. But we anticipate with increased precipitation anticipated in the southeast, especially in the regions of Missouri, Arkansas, the lower Mississippi Valley, as well as Ohio, we do see that there's going to be somewhat of a relief as far as scattered thunderstorms, as well as large hail and locally damaging winds in that region. So we do anticipate there will be some sort of slight cooling off in the afternoon with additional thunderstorm activity in that region. But we do believe that that's going to be localized to Mississippi, northern Mississippi, also as far as Tennessee, as well as Kentucky, but mostly in the higher plain states. We do anticipate precipitation and severe thunderstorm activity in Illinois through into Missouri. We can clearly see that boundary line almost all the way up to Lake Erie through to central Oklahoma. As far as the temperatures are concerned, going into the remainder of the week, we do anticipate that the Pacific Northwest will continue to endure high temperatures for quite some time, a few days at least. This weekend will be a bear compared to severe temperatures in the region, and we can just see that severity as far as central California, all throughout California, and into Arizona. As far as the weather is concerned, going into tomorrow and next week is concerned, we do see that you should prepare for strong thunderstorms Sunday afternoon in portions of the Ohio Valley as well as Michigan. Strong wind gusts and hail are possible. Developing on Sunday afternoons, winds will pick up in a marginal threat zone quite a bit, with boundary thunderstorms forming with possible strong downdraft bursts of wind in some regions. Tornado advisories in the region should not be ruled out. For the state of Maine, look for stable air mass to develop and an increased chance for thunderstorm development due to a mid-level trough in the region. We do want to point out that residents in southeastern New Mexico, with respect to cities such as Carlsbad, Roswell, as well as West Texas, cities as Lubbock, should prepare for heavy rain on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, with forecasts up to a third of an inch to a half of an inch and higher per an hour of rain in some regions of New Mexico, as well as northern central Texas. And we do anticipate that the rain will, for central Texas up through St. Louis until at least Wednesday. So that is actually our report for the weather going into this week and going into Saturday. Do keep in mind that we are putting more emphasis on what's actually happening with severe thunderstorms in the region of Carlsbad, Hobbs, as well as the Lubbock area going into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Just incredible amount of precipitation and rain, and that area did suffer from flooding. So we do want to have a special advisory just for that region at this particular time. Going into the week, we should anticipate more thunderstorm activity in the region of the Plain States as well as the southeast. And just taking a closer look at this severe weather band that's actually moving through St. Louis, through Springfield, all the way up to Chicago. Definitely, we anticipate additional an intensification of this type of weather into the Saturday evening. Also, just by looking at our dew point forecast, we can clearly see that the low level moisture as well as those wind patterns are definitely going to be influencing the formation of these severe storms in that region. And we do anticipate that that will continue to escalate not only into the Saturday afternoon, but also into the night and the early morning of Sunday. We do want to emphasize that if you are a resident in any of these slight threat zones, Chicago, Illinois, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Lubbock, Texas, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Joliet, Illinois, you should be prepared for severe thunderstorms, possibly with hail and locally damaging winds in that region. So that is our report for our latest bout to the weather report. Please go ahead and smash that like button if you appreciate good weather content. We try to scan our Doppler radar pretty frequently to see exactly what's happening as far as weather in your neck of the woods, and we bring you timely weather reports as they become available. And smash that notification bell for instant notification of the weather in your neck of the woods. As always, we thank all of our subscribers for tuning in to Bound News Network for the latest weather reports, and we want to make sure that you enjoy your weekend. And thank you so much. Have a great and wonderful day. Thank you.